What is up, guys? OdraNoel here, and it has been a while since we have uploaded our last video. It's been almost a year now, probably about a year. But all right, so I have a couple of confessions and stuff. A lot of things have happened in that time. One of them is that I more or less stopped playing StarMade. There's a lot of reasons, mainly because I was kind of getting bored of the game, just building and stuff like that. But it seems now is a better chance or a better time than ever to start getting back into it, because a lot of the recent updates have really been quite interesting. So that's the point of this new comeback, basically trying to get back into StarMade, seeing what's changed, and trying to pick up where we left off last time. So another thing that's happened in that time, recently I was accepted to the Star Squadron group. So now we are setting up shop in their server, and that is what you're seeing in front of me right now. This is our little startup area. Been working here for the last couple of days. So now the interesting thing is, I'm sure if you guys have gone back and seen my other videos, you'll remember the last thing I was doing was working on a city. So what the heck is this thing? Well, this I basically spent the last 2 days here just filling in the blueprint for the city, which I've got right here. So I will show you guys this real quick. It's not really that expensive in terms of resources. It's got a lot of different kinds of blocks. Like there's a ton of them that are just like one, like you'll see here all the different holes and stuff, because well, I've added a few more shops and I've started doing some of the interior decorations and stuff. And for example, I added a hole shop, so I have one of every kind of hole on a little pedestal. So you need at least one of everything to fill the blueprint. So that was fun. I'm sure hopefully that, you know, later on down the line there'll be slightly easier ways to fill out a large blueprint like this, you know, just being able to mass purchase stuff with via credits when you're next to a shop or something like that. That would have made it a lot easier. But for now we did it the manual way, going around crafting stuff and buying and selling at shops to gain credits, and then use those credits to buy what I needed to fill in the blueprint. So among the many things added in the last several updates, to be honest, since we last stopped playing, is what you're seeing in front of me here. This is just the new cargo system, among many other systems that we'll get into, or I'll have to get into later to, you know, start basically learning the game again, because a lot of things have changed. Still the same game, obviously, but there's a lot of new, cool, and awesome mechanics to really make things a lot more interesting this time. So this is the cargo here. I'm sure most of you guys know how the cargo system works. This isn't supposed to be a tutorial video, so I'm not going to get into it, how it works. For now, if you don't know, you know, I'm sure search it on Google. You're going to find tons of tutorials, probably some from fellow Star Squadron members, and I'll have the links to their channels below. So, so far we've only gotten into the cargo system, which is absolutely necessary now. It's not something you can really avoid. You know, you got a limited volume space and all that. So we've been doing this. We set up a simple factory system here to make all the stuff we needed for the city to fill in the blueprint. And we got our block salvager here. I'm sure you guys will recognize I've designed many salvagers all in the same style. They're all just plain old functionality, no aesthetics. It's just a salvager. I don't really care for that. The real aesthetics comes with what we do with the salvage materials. So this factory is basically, I guess we'll leave it for now. We'll probably come back for it later and munch it up. But for now, it's time to spawn in the city so we can start picking up where we last left off. Now, there have been some updates to the city since you guys last saw it, so I'll probably be showing you guys all the new stuff in upcoming videos. I'll give you guys tours of individual new buildings and interiors. So what we're gonna do right now is, you'll notice I'm picking a sector directly above the star in the system. The reason I'm doing that is because when you spawn in something, a station, it's gonna put it upright. You know, the game will put it upright in reference to the grid here. So this is your up and this is your down. You know, even though there's no up and down in real space, in StarMade there technically is, you know, top of the sector, up, bottom of the sector. So if we put it at the top of the sector, it's going to spawn the city above the star, and that means that facing upwards, that means that all the light from the star will be on the bottom of the city. This allows the city to kind of glow at night with all the little lights and stuff around it. So it's basically to eliminate all the lighting from the star so that the city can really be self-illuminated. It just gives it a nicer aesthetic feel. So we want to select the sector directly above the star. That's this, any of these sectors above here will work. So I'm gonna go directly above from my factory here. And one more thing that we're gonna do is, because we wanna get it centered within the sector as well. So what we can do for that to get ourselves centered, since it's kind of hard to really center yourself within a sector, what we're gonna do is first we're gonna charge our jump drive real quick. Just take a sec. And there we go. We're gonna double check that we're actually recording. Yes, we are. Okay, would have sucked to, you know, do everything then realize you're not recording. So here we go. So what we're gonna do to center ourselves in the sector is we're gonna pick a shop here. Most shops, I notice, tend to generally spawn in the center of a sector. So we're just gonna pick a shop. We're going to teleport to that sector real quick. Now we're going to go to the shop. We're gonna get right next to it, and then we just teleport back and we'll be in the center of the sector. Because I notice if you go to a shop and you're just sitting right in front of the shop and you teleport to another shop nearby and you're not moving, you're just stationary, you'll teleport right in front of the shop. So you're, oh, we're gonna crash into it. Ooh, there we go. So basically whenever you teleport, it's gonna teleport you in the next sector in the exact same position of where you are in relation to the current sector, if that made any sense. Basically, if you're in the edge of a sector and you teleport to another sector, you're still going to be in the edge of the new sector you teleport in. So finding a shop, which is usually in the center of a sector, getting right next to it, and then we teleport back, and we should teleport in the center of the sector. So here we go, we got our sector, and make sure it's directly above the star. Indeed it is. That's our factory, so we're going to teleport one up from there. So now we're just going to teleport, and this should teleport us into the center of the sector directly above the star. So now here's where things get interesting. Now we're just going to charge our jump drive again. It's always good to have it charged. Thankfully, it doesn't take forever. If you have a smaller jump drive, it can take you days to fill that thing up. So we're gonna get out of the ship, our crappy little salvager thing, which has served its purpose. So I guess we shouldn't, you know, send too much ill will towards it. But now comes the fun part. So here we go, info and spawn. I'm gonna name it the island. Oh, we got caps lock on. Island in the sky. Set his own faction, yes. There we go. And probably gonna take it a sec to load. There we go. City is loading. So let's get back into our crappy salvager so we can get up above there. There we go. So that's loading in. Right now we're directly below the city. So you can see all like all the pathing and stuff like that. This is all the floors of all the buildings. You'll notice all these ones that are just white are buildings that I haven't done the interiors to. So I've done a few of the interiors so far. That's not so bad. That's about a little less than half still. Like this section here is mostly empty, but the carved stone, this is a carved stone section here, if you guys remember. We'll see in a sec when we go up. So the carved stone section has gotten a lot of interior design work. So that's pretty cool. You'll notice a couple more sections over here. That's some new sections that we did in survival after we finished our last video, but before we stopped, before we took our hiatus from StarMade. So let's go up and get an overview of the city. Let's see, also got to make sure, you know, the blueprint was good. Want to make sure there's no missing chunks or holes or anything like that. We'll do tab G, we'll spin the ship around. Gotta say, they changed all the keybinds in a recent update, and that is really hard to get used to. I got really used to those, to the old default keybinds, so I'm still learning those. So now you'll see that since the stars directly below the city, everything's glowing. Notice how everything's like kind of in the dark, but since there's a lot of little lights everywhere, it gives it a really nice aesthetic feel. I really like the feel from this. It really makes it feel more like, I guess, a proper city in space. Obviously one that's not facing a star or whatever. But I don't know, I really like StarMade's lighting. StarMade has an awesome lighting system, and I think here it really begins to show. So everything's kind of glowing and stuff. So that's why we chose a sector directly above the star. So I guess let's, I guess I can do this in build mode. So we'll line ourselves up here. Ooh, we kind of overshot. They also changed the thrusters. Thruster mechanics are completely different now, which is awesome. So we press the new Z button to get into build mode. Still getting used to that. We should be mostly centered on the city now. So you'll notice there's a few additions around here. I'm not sure last time if I showed these things off. Like, we got the ice cream shop, we got these guys all have interiors now. Yeah, I think I showed you guys this stuff in the last video. There was these two buildings that were mostly done, but there's been a lot of work now. We got a casino, let's see, casino, we got some more restaurants. And I'll give you guys tours of the interiors of all these in upcoming videos. We got more restaurants, plenty of restaurants. You guys are never gonna go hungry in this city, I promise you. And then my favorite building currently is this one. This is the movie theater, if you haven't deduced yet. And the reason it's decorated in Space Invaders is because that is the big movie of the year. That's what we're showing here. So, you know, you guys can come pick the movie and stuff like that. So this is my favorite building so far, honestly, in the city. I'll give you guys a proper tour of this place later. But anyways, I guess that for now is gonna be okay. So we have yeah, there's some more stuff here. Like, this is the whole shop that I told you guys about. That one has one of each hole on a pedestal. This area here is the factory. It's got a very factory feel, and this was all this was in when I was playing the city in survival. So this has factories, storage area, and stuff like that, which I have to update now because the storage area is going to be useless now with the new cargo system. So that's going to be interesting to retrofit all this. So I'll definitely be going over that with you guys. And then last little bit here, I'm sure you guys remember this building. This is going to be like the Citadel. It's been slightly wedged and color changed since you guys last saw it. Before it was gray, now it's white. Hospital, because again, this is going to be the government sector. In case I didn't explain it last time or you guys forgot, the city's divided into 4 quadrants, right? So we got the colorful areas, the carved stone section of the city is like the commercial area. This area is made of all basic hull, black, white, and gray basic hull. So this is more along the lines here as like commercial, but more, I guess, more high end. Because things are, you know, more modernized, metallic and stuff like that. This is more, I guess, low end, you could say, or just different kind. Party town, this is more serious. And then here we got the government sector. It's going to be the government sector for all government buildings. So you got the hospital. That back there is the menacing looking building. It's a prison. It's going to be every city needs a prison, right? You got the Citadel where people can come make you know, treaties, declare war and stuff like that. All faction-based stuff will be done at the Citadel, and of course a factory in the whole shop. So that's basically it for now. Nice quick overview. Oh my, I forgot about this little guy too. This is this was another idea I had previously. Guess I never finished it. The idea was to have like a nice like dock or tube coming out of here with I guess with the universal docking standard. And the idea was for everybody to make their own little mansion or house, basically in a glass box. Like, you know, make a grass plane. Like here's just a flat grass thing, and I started building another little mansion or house on here, and I was going to encase it in a box, and it is a ship. So you can dock it, undock it, and basically like your own little house ship. So my idea was for everybody to come, you know, on the server for them to come and make a house, more or less in this style, you know, not so much like an actual ship or an actual like house structure encased in some kind of glass box or dome, and have them dock it. So you could have like a boulevard of houses, player-made houses, all docked to one structure. So it could be a nice little extension to the city, and allow, you know, server members to actually get involved, taking part in the city and making it something special. So again, I want to really thank everybody at Star Squadron for one, for accepting me into the group, and two, for getting me back into StarMade, because it's been almost a year since I played. I really like this game a lot. I was really starting to feel the lack of survival previously, so that's kind of what put me off to it, or made me take a break for a while. But again, all the recent updates have been really interesting. It's something I'm really excited to get back into. And well, hopefully this is the first of many more videos to come. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you guys soon.